And talking about also coming to the end of the season successes, the Hearts Senior Cup win, you know, it may have people were looking at perhaps the team falling away in the league, but it was a big moment as well, John, wasn't it? It was an important competition as well for you as a manager, but a big moment for the club.
Definitely the club and for the fans. I mean, we haven't won anything for 19 years.
Yes,
I think we've won that. So, and we've got another cup final as well we haven't played. So,
is that going to happen? Or pre-season?
It's going to be a pre-season game.
Right.
Yes,
okay.
Bad pre-season game. So we can look forward to that. But in any football team, Jose, it's about winning, and you can get into a playoff, and you don't win anything for getting in a playoff. But you've got a trophy at the end of the day, so the club's got a trophy, could get another one. So you measure the season on that. Which, I mean, you're probably going to ask, would I take the Senior Cup win over?
Oh gosh, can you read my question? You're going to say that,
yeah, that's one question always. Yeah, I think you ask the boys if you could say we could have the same as last year and win the first or win the second and have a final again. They might take that over a Senior Cup.
I should think they all would take that, wouldn't they?
Absolutely.
Yeah. By the way, I mean, I'd definitely swap that with a final.
Of course. From your perspective as well.
Yeah, I was thinking you might ask the same thing, and I think as a fan, you know, those 2 away games before the final, so almost like the 3 additional away games last year. It was a real shame we couldn't have a home game, one of the games here, one of the playoff games here. But with the away games, I think tops the cup just.
I think those games last year really gave everyone a taste, and they just want more, and that expectation is there amongst the young fans and amongst the whole club, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
So would you take St Albans getting the playoffs or England winning the Euros?
Winning, like getting promoted, like just getting to the playoffs or getting promoted? Getting promoted.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. There we are.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Either us going into the National League or England winning the Euros. There is absolutely no choice but us going and getting promoted.
Right. Well, we're going to. Joe, get quiet there.
What's the next one?
Should we do our quick fire ones now? We're gonna shoot through a few quick fire questions, and we'll start with you, Tom. What was your favourite game of the season?
Got to be Hemel away, I think. Yeah, Hemel away.
Excellent. And the impact that Zane had coming back into that game was good, wasn't it?
Big game. And I was thinking, actually, we were talking about this isn't very quick fire, but I was thinking about the lone players that game, and that was where your leadership, I could see it. We sat there, 11 minutes gone, 2-0 down. A goal goes in, and obviously we have Matt Namara in goal, who I was talking about earlier. And starting to drop, and you're there, you're ramping all the team up. You're just like almost no time to sulk, and it was where you could see, I think, your leadership shine through, and then the whole team had just kind of got that courage. And then when Sam Brown scored, that was brilliant start to the year. Yeah,
indeed. What about you, Joe?
Probably the same. It's funny you say that, Tom. Right? Apart from the 2 goals, which were obviously glaringly obvious in the first 12 minutes, I thought, other than those 2 moments, we were tremendous for the whole game. I thought the lads played really, really well. So that, because of obviously what it means to people in the last minute winner, and obviously in the Boxing Day game we got beat, so it was nice to walk around with the GoPro and stuff, and that's all a bit cringe, but it was nice to overcome that moment. But probably from a perfection maybe standpoint, the Torquay game was nice. Like we went there, and obviously I know that they were struggling at that point, and fans not really too happy with management and all that sort of stuff. But they're still, historically a football league club and are well followed. And I think it was a big day for the club. They had like a community day, so there was a lot of people in the stadium, and we looked really, really good on that day. It was nice to play.
John, do you have one? Torquay as well?
Yeah, it was mine.
Okay. And what about you, Lawrence? Can you have one, Lawrence? You said you don't enjoy them.
I think probably the end of the Hemel game. I think Sam's goal.
Yeah.
I think my best moment was Sam's goal. He just walloped that, didn't he?
Well, he scored twice. The first one was over the line.
Oh yes, it was one goal. It was one goal.
Yes,
One twice, yeah.
It was
it. And actually, in fairness, I mean, obviously, we have I'm pretty good friends with. I'm good friends with David Boggins from Hemel, and so there's a rivalry. There's a friendly rivalry between the 2 of us as chairman, and kind of they've beaten us here. And then at the end, and Dave, I mean, I think Dave just turned around to me and said, "You deserved it, Lawrence." And there's never any kind of gloating with each other. You don't sit there and go, "Yeah, we've done this," but it was just for me, it was just what a game that was. The atmosphere, the fans at the back there were just incredible.
Yeah, it was. There was a real buzz, wasn't it? And because they all stayed together, they didn't swap ends. They were just there and made themselves heard. And
yeah, I think that was actually something that Hemel did then, just to say, because it was such a big crowd for them.
It was tight,
as well.
Wasn't moving around.
Just the flows of people coming backwards and forwards. I think they just said, "Let's just stay where you are," which is why.
Okay.
It's quite a good thing at this level, obviously, that you allow people to move around the stadium. I know for that game you didn't, but it's quite funny. Obviously, you do the coin toss before the game, and if for whatever reason I lose and the other team chooses to swap ends, just to hear everybody booing because moved around the stand. But
cheers for that, Joe.
No, I've never chosen to change ends. I think it's a waste of time, but other people do. I sort of think, everyone's going to be upset because they've got to now move. But
it was that frustration.
It's quite nice that supporters can stay behind the goal that you are trying to score in, right?
That's how I could see what I was saying. I could see your defensive work more.
So Tom, thinking about you as a fan, looking ahead to 24-25, is there anything that you would like to see put in place on or off the pitch?
I guess just, obviously last year we spoke about the rebuild. I guess it's just now keeping the main core of the team and, adding a few quality players, whether that's loan or, being able to get people up. I guess we just want that progression and, the ambition of the club's there to get to the playoffs again. So it's just, the commitment from all the players, which we've had all season. So, just same, but we want to get back to the playoffs again.
And players that you want to stay? I mean, obviously, Joe, you want to stay.
Really?
You have to say.
Yeah, of course. Well, most of the team at the moment.
So you'd like that continuity?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a good team. They've majority of that team. Obviously, vast majority of that team has played together for the season now. Obviously, we've had people coming in like Joe throughout the season. But I think that team has got the quality to go up with a few additions, maybe here or there. But that team has got the quality to go up. So yeah.
And John, for you, are you setting targets at this stage, or do we look at playoffs? Do we look at promotion? What's your sort of target?
Johnny, I set the target.
Oh, you set the target. There we go. So, you shout and John jumps. There we go.
No, definitely not.
And Joe, thinking about you, you've had your pro career. You now got your professional side as well as the football going on. You've got your podcasting as well. Are you just enjoying all those aspects? Balancing them all?
Yeah, there's a lot of plate spinning for sure. It's quite overwhelming in a way. Podcast stuff has quite honestly stopped because it's just unmanageable.
Right. That's a shame. A lot of people were talking about it, enjoyed them.
Oh, was they?
Yeah.
I never really watched them, so I find it difficult to watch them stuff back.
So you won't be watching this then?
No. You guys are going to have to tell me whether it goes down well.
Okay.
But no, I mean, life changes, right? I'm 34 now, still love my football, still passionate about this football club, but I have a working life outside that I can combine quite well, hence the reason why, some previously mentioned, all the boys have got sketches on. But it's I don't know, it's a nice time in my life really where I've got sort of like the best of both worlds, and that transition some people find quite difficult. Hope that I can be obviously a positive influence on other young people that coming out of football and working is quite a nice transition if you put your mind to it early enough that you've got something in place, but quite a lot of people struggle. But I think this league's great. It's like a combination of young players who are desperately trying to make something out of the game, and a combination of lads my age or maybe a little bit younger that have had careers that want to still play. It's quite a nice dynamic, and there's a lot more good football that people probably give it credit for. Yeah,
indeed. And Mr. Chairman, thinking ahead, looking at the next season, are we going to have more news about stadiums and developments? Where are we with that, Lawrence?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, when we look at targets, I mean, the most important thing is we want to get promoted, but from a football club point of view, we want to entertain. We are probably the biggest footfall of people that come regularly anywhere in the district. So we want to entertain, so scoring goals, people's enjoyment, the match day experience. So we want to improve that so that people, whatever happens, and I think, Tom, you will say that it's entertaining to come down. The boys are there, the football we're playing, we're not always winning, but for me, we're in the entertainment business. So if we can continue to entertain, then we'll grow the fan base, and when we grow the fan base, the players will play and those sorts of things. With regards to the new stadium, this is something that we recognised in 2011 that this is a beautiful, lovely pitch to play on for a non-league pitch. You look at it at the end of the season, and actually it's good, but it's a non-sustainable location. It's a 100-year-old plus stadium. It's in trust. It's got covenants on it, so it doesn't allow us to expand and grow. We can certainly get promoted the next level. Could we go into the Football League? We're only 2 off the Football League, so you don't know what's going to go on in the next few years. So we need to look at relocating. And we're working with the local authority. They are supportive of us moving. We're working with a developer, a couple of landowners as well. We are hopefully we're on a project at the moment. Right. To do the requirements analysis. We've had some designs done with a location. I'm hoping that within the next few months, I've been saying this for a long time, but until we've got everything nailed down, we're hoping to announce the future. The aim is to move into a multi-purpose community facility that we can take this club to where I think a district of 142,000 people. St Albans, I think, alone is 65,000 people. I think St Albans deserves a long-term, sustainable, big, and dare I say, Football League club in a number of years to come, and that is the aim on the longer term.
So watch this space.
It's a big vision, but it can be achieved.
Excellent. So things in the pipeline and things to look forward to then. Really,
Definitely.
Right.
Come and join the party.
Indeed.
It's a party.
Now, thinking about next season, the league has changed because we've got Boreham Wood coming down. Chesham are joining us. Hemel are still going to be there. There could be a chance of Enfield coming up as well. There's lots of local derbies that could be on the scene. Tom, who are you looking forward to? Is it always going to be Hemel or Boreham Wood coming back into it? Do we owe them one for the FA Cup a few years ago?
I'd say we owe them one for sure, but I still think Hemel. I guess it depends where they fall as well. If it is still Hemel over Christmas, then it's those 2 games are always massive days. I think Hemel's still, but great to have more local derbies. That's what it's all about, really.
And John, do you have an eye on Chesham there with the past?
Well, I've been there 12 years. With the first one I see on the fixture list. Hopefully it'll fall on one of the bank holidays. So we can get a big crowd in both ends, and I'm sure the chairman will pipe up in a minute. The last time they played each other when I was in the opposite dressing room.
Indeed.
This is the playoff.
In the playoff final, of course. Yes.
What a day that was.
And Boreham Wood, I was there as well, managing as well. So both those teams coming up. I'm sure Danny Hunter will keep reminding us, he does when I see him, that he offered me the full-time job and I turned it down. So, yes, another good stadium to play up, but local, we can get bigger crowds, we can get more fans away, which obviously the boys love, that will support them away. So, a few more local derbies. And if Enfield come up as well, that'll put all 3 of them in the bag for me. So, so we'll see. And hot off the press, I was saying to you earlier about the Christmas and the Boxing Day.
Yes, you definitely mentioned this.
It won't be Hemel on both days. The league have voted, or the clubs have voted, so you could have a Boreham Wood on the Boxing Day and a Hemel on the New Year's Day, and then it's Easter Friday and
they would be the reverse of those 2.
The reverse of those is what.
I don't think we actually voted for that, but we're outvoted.
Got to go with the democracy. There we are.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, listen, thank you ever so much. It's been great chatting with you and looking back on the past season, but also the optimism and excitement looking ahead. So thanks all very much.
Excellent. Thank you. Thanks, Johnny.
Well done, John. It's very good.